Hey, it's here for next way. Taking a little break from my typical Stalker 2 content, which I still have a lot to work on and upload. I'm going to be playing a roguelike tactical strategy space combat game called Void War. They just came out in June 2025, and I've already been through one whole playthrough of it on normal, and it's a pretty interesting game. I find it pretty intriguing, and I figured to help people learn how to play the game who've just gotten it or are interested in it, I would just go through an entire playthrough and show you the entire what happens from start to finish. Now, I'm not an expert on the game. My first playthrough I lost, and they do have an archives to show you how well you performed or what your score was on the each game you play. And I finished the game just early this morning in how the exaltation of the vessel Triumph of Heaven. That was picked automatically. And it shows you what kind of modules you have, the weapons you had on your ship, your system levels, and then there's a scoring here. And it shows what we did here. And my score, I got 2191 on difficulty normal. It says at the end, my hull was destroyed by the Doom Engine. Doom Engine is like the final boss of this particular playthrough. And there's a number of final boss ships. You basically are traveling through sectors and systems and trying to build up your ship through choices you make from things you run into randomly, in order to hopefully be strong enough to fight the final boss ship. And there's a couple of boss ships, and this is one I encountered called the Doom Engine, and I saw I had no way to beat the thing at the very end. But you don't just quit the game, you do want to finish the game, because then you earn a currency in the game called resonance, and this resonance allows you to unlock things in the game. If we go to a new game, we see that there's commanders here, and these commanders here you can unlock with the resonance you've earned so far. And it looks like so far I've earned, I guess, where's the resonance? I can't see it here. Let me see if there's a list. Yeah, it's not showing the resonance here. That I thought it'd show it here, but it doesn't. But apparently I've earned enough to unlock another commander in the game, and the more resonance you earn, you can also unlock other hull varieties, which you may find better suited to help you play the game. Now, there's a tutorial in the game. I'm not going to go through the tutorial. I'm going to assume that those of you watching this video either already downloaded the free demo. There's a free demo for the game at the time of this video was made, and maybe you've gone through the tutorial already. I'm just going to kind of just walk you through the game, what I'm thinking, and the strategy and tactical decisions I'm making as I go through it. I'm also going to talk about some of the strategies and tips that I found on some of the internet forums so far. I know Reddit had a couple of threads where they talk about some tips for the game, and then on the Steam forum there's a couple of tips, but there's not like a complete guide. I couldn't really find a very comprehensive guide on how the best way you should play Void War, and that could be because the game is still fairly new. Developers did already release a patch with a number of balancing changes. Could also be that a lot of the people who like Void War also played an earlier type or earlier game similar to this called FTL, or Faster Than Light, that was released back in 2012 on Steam. And the developer said they didn't want to make any more upgrades to it. This is a new set of developers that made this game, and it is a tribute to FTL. A lot of people say it's very similar to it, that game. And so maybe they already know the strategies, how to play it, and so they don't need to see a need to post those strategies. I'm not really sure. But now, those of you who know the game better than me and play it better than me, if you want to put strategies and tips in the comments for this video, please do so, because that'll help educate other people watching this one. Also, if you have made your own video of strategy and tips, feel free to link it. I'll definitely heart it and like it and say, hey, everybody, go watch this video. I'll definitely support your video since it might be a superior video to mine. And I'm just trying to get the word out and get people. I figure the more we add knowledge to what we're doing, then the more people are going to learn and enjoy this product. And so in the last game, this shows you your stats, and you can just see how well you do. There's even a ranking. You can also see how well you did in all your other games. This gives you an idea of how well you may be progressing in the game. See, again, it tells you if you were victorious or not. And so in the first game I got through, there was 18 ships destroyed and 12 ships decrewed. So I managed to take over, I guess, 30 ships that I fought, and I also ran away. I ran away from player fled from me. I ran away from 5 encounters, and you can't do that. If it looks like you're not going to win a battle, you can't run away except for the last one. I had to make 61, I guess it's 61 turns. So it says I visited 61 encounter nodes, and it shows the crew gained and lost, burned, suffocated, poisoned, You also have how much you healed hit points and how much they gain from resting and how many enemy crew you slain. So I slew 201 enemy crew, which is pretty good because I only had, looks like I had a total of 10. So that's pretty good. 20 to, I guess that's a 20 to 1 ratio of kill to death ratio there. But and my system damage repair was 30, and I did 230 damage to the enemy. So I think I was effective. I just didn't really know completely what I was doing in order to try to win the game. So I'm going to go and start a brand new game. So we'll go to new game. And I'm going to pick the Exile. The Exile is like, I guess, your default. I don't know if he's like a rogue trader, like from Warhammer 40k. And this game does have a grimdark theme. It doesn't try to copy Warhammer 40k. It just tries to give you this, it's a future dystopian space universe where everybody's fighting each other, and Games Workshop, I don't think, has a complete monopoly on that just yet, though they'd like to. And they just have a lot of nods to that universe, but without actually trying to copy it. And that's, of course, they want to avoid getting sued. So here's my Exile commander, and he has a ability. This ability allows him to teleport himself into a target room on my ship or an enemy ship. And this is really powerful because it helps with boarding, and boarding is an important, very important tactic in this game. It's probably the most important tactic. There's also a witch character, and this is a psyker character. It's like a spellcaster, right? And this character has what's called a death bolt. Casts a projectile that deals 25 hit points of damage. So this character can stay on your ship and remotely hurl these death bolts to start harming the enemy crew. In the game, you want to either try to destroy the enemy ship or destroy the enemy crew, or both if you can get away with it. And they also have equipment they can carry, and it says there a description: treacherous worshiper of the dark gods. That's another nod to Warhammer 40k, to the chaos gods. And there's other characters I've not unlocked yet. The mutant, I've only earned 2100 resonance, so I can't unlock this mutant character who has a lot more hit points, 120 hit points. Door break speed 100%. So this would be a good border type character. He can carry 2 weapons and 1 tool. Then we have a cybernetic character who I guess has a 90 health, and he's resistance to various malices like poison and suffocation. He can also repair things faster, and he can also carry some armor. And there's a few others that I've not unlocked yet. I know there's one here that's supposed to be like this one's supposed to be a great character. It's like a cybernetic type implant, or that it basically stuck onto the floor that you put it into, but it can be, I think, transport itself to other rooms. So this would probably be a good boarding character as well. But anyway, they go back and get the game started. I'm going to pick the Exile, and there's different hulls you can pick from. Now, since I got enough resonance, I was able to unlock this hull. I think you have to get to the 4th sector in the game, and this is I don't think it differs much from the first Imperial Cruiser A type. You all see their systems there. I think these have the same. Let's see if the systems are the same. Oh, this one's a little different. It has something here called a husk racks. This makes little servitors or biomechanical humanoid units that are mindless except for following your orders. And those are good to have. I heard they're good to have if you're trying to raid ships and things like that. But I'm going to stick to the class that I know so far. This is an interdictor class. I'm going to stick with the Imperial Cruiser A because I'm used to this class already. And you also get 2 crew members, Imperial Enforcers. And these are, I don't know, I guess these aren't necessarily Space Marine characters. I guess they're just like maybe Arbites. They're just, or maybe some of the Imperial, they are, I guess they seem a little enhanced, but because they're pretty powerful. They got 60 health. These are, I guess, tougher Imperial type troops or police or enforcers. They also act as crew members, and you get 2 of them. And they have fire resistance 90%. And you also get 2 guns on this ship. We get a storm cannon and a bolt cannon. And these are kinetic weapons. And you can get other weapons as you find stations in the game to purchase them. One thing that's a little different about this game from other space strategy games is you can't just pick any of the weapons you want. You have to hope that a vendor sells them to you. So there is a lot of randomization that you have to hope on in this game. And you can travel to make sure your travel path leads you to stations, but you do have to hope that the random number generator favors you, or it could be a tougher game than you expect. You can wind up losing. In this type of game, you do have to expect losses. You will lose, and ideally you can learn from your losing. Maybe you'll learn from my losing today. I'll probably even lose this game. But I'm going to take this loadout, and let's go ahead and difficulty normal. I think the difficulty is locked until you beat the first game. And then it goes up in what's called higher difficulty levels called Torments. There's like Torment 1, I think all the way up to Torment 12. I've heard that Torment 1 is just defined for a fair game. That's perfectly satisfactory. Though I've heard a lot of people have a hard time getting past Torment 6. After Torment 6, I think you start losing or having less game currency available called scrap. And they say it's just really crazy to play at that level. You're more susceptible to just hopefully having the luck that you'll win the game. But there are people who've gotten to Torment 12, and some people are kind of surprised they've done it. But let's go ahead and launch the game. And I'll read the narrative here. And there's not a lot of lore or backstory in this game. It's all very just kind of very short. I guess that's so they don't tie it back to a specific science fiction IP or theme, so it keeps it kind of generic, but it does have a grimdark. I mean, it does allude a lot to Warhammer 40k, as I said earlier. So it says the God King has fallen. The Empire is in despair. Brother fights against brother as the ruinous cults sweep through the stars. The very fabric of reality trembles before the onslaught of demonic swarms. Deep within the Imperial core worlds, one final hope exists: to rekindle the flames within the vault of souls. I guess that's some system. To the Empire, you are a blasphemer. So even though I'm an Imperial citizen, not all it looks like I'm marked as a pariah with the other Imperial citizens. To the cults, you are a heretic. Trust no one. Let none stop you from bringing the renegades of this forsaken realm to their destined annihilation. So in this game, and just like in Warhammer 40k, you can have Imperial against Imperial. It will happen quite often. And that theme does come up in the Warhammer 40k lore. So no one we're going to run into, no matter what faction they are going to be our friend. We always have to assume they will first be our enemies. So it's a very unfriendly game, but it's a pretty interesting atmosphere to conduct your game in. So we start off, we have a shield strength 1, we have 35 scrap metal, that's the in-game credit. In terms of strategies, I will put links to some of the threads I found on Reddit and Steam forums that gave tips and tricks to help a new player with the game, some that might be useful. Someone had said that you want to save your scrap metal up to 80 so you can afford a new ship system. And we'll be looking into that. We have space here to add new systems as we go along that should help us with the end boss in the game. So I'm going to try to follow that strategy. This time I'm going to try to not spend any scrap until we get to 80. But you can also use scrap to upgrade your systems. If I go to upgrade here, I can upgrade all my different ship systems. So we can add power units starting at 20 scrap. And then we also want to work on increasing our shields. Ideally, we want to get our shields up to a level of 2, and that'll cost us about it doesn't say enough. It'll cost us about 50 scrap to do that. So we're not going to be upgrading the shields just yet. And later we're going to want to upgrade the engines too. If you increase your engines, you get an evasion chance. I can't hover over it, but on the right you see a table in the tiny text there, and engines probably get up to maybe 4, maybe 5. A good rule of thumb is every new sector you reach full of systems, you want to increase your engine power level by 1 and maybe your shields by 1, up to a point. But we still have to try to keep our scrap high so we can buy upgrades, consumables, and other factors, even increase the size of our crew. The strategy I'm also going to try to follow overall is improve my ability to do boarding. Now these two guys here, these are Imperial forces. I'm going to station them here at this is my weapon system. They'll recharge 10% faster. I'm going to have this guy over here by my shields. So my shields will also recharge 10% faster. And I have my 2 guns right here, and they're not powered on just yet. I guess I can go ahead and power them on. And with the guns, we have this weapons bay, and each bar here indicates how many power units of guns you can have turned on. And with these guns, this gun here has 2 little squares. That means it takes 2 power units, and that takes 1 power unit. So I can employ 3 power units of guns. Now if we had another gun that was 4, like a heavy gun with 4 power units, we'd have to get this upgraded by 4, another 4 spots. I'd also have to get another 4 reactor power here just to get this 4th gun online. That happened to me in my prior playthrough. I got a gun and said, well, this is nice, I want to turn on, and I couldn't turn on. I couldn't figure out that I needed this upgraded and this. That's just, we'll talk about that once we get to a point where we're ready to upgrade our weapons. And the hull strength of my ship is says it's 30, and this is that's the evasion. Okay, so this is the evasion. That's tied back to our engines. We have a 15% chance to dodge fire, and that's tied back to our engine level of 2. I guess each power bar here of engines gives you 5%. Also, your commander, this is me, the Exile. This is the command throne. The command throne here gives you an extra 5%, or I think it looks like it's 10%. See, now my evasion is 5%. It says evasion 10, that says evasion 5. I guess because I'm not on the throne. So if I get back on the command throne, now my evasion's back up to 15. So it is important to keep your character here when you're under sustained ship combat, just so you get that invasion bonus. Also, having the character here affects when you can warp out. So this is the button up here to warp out, and that red means that no one has occupied the command throne. So I need to go over here, get on the throne, and now we can warp out. So let's go ahead and look at the systems map. Here's the systems map, and we see we have some decision trees of where we want to go, and each one of these has a even random chance of being something either good, bad, or nothing. Sometimes you run into a system, there's nothing there. And there's a listening station here. Huh, okay, it's not an Imperial Shrine. That's dark. If there's a shrine, we get some benefit from that. So that's already against our favor. We may want to head to the shrine and see if it gives us a benefit. And then here, there's a merchant that may give us some things. Systems. This would be a good merchant to go to, but I don't have a lot of scrap. We're going to need to get scrap. And here we can get crew. And here we have a merchant to get crew. I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to get a better ship system or crew. So I'm going to head down this middle section so we can travel here, here, and then either here or here, depending on how it goes. So let's travel this node first. As you emerge from subspace, a deafened voice comes over your comm system. Here's what's going to happen. You will give us your food and your jump drive. We're going to leave with them. They quickly move in. And this ship is has an invasion of 10%, 1 shield. Weapons, they only have 1 little gun. And we have 1 shield. So I think we can take these guys out. We have 2 guns and they're 1. And so we're going to combat them. Now I'm not going to do boarding because I think... thing about boarding, if you do boarding, then you weaken your character's health. So I might be able to board them and get this over quicker. There's only 2 crew members. But I don't want to take the damage right now, so I'm just going to... target the shields, and let's see how this works out. Okay. And we're just going to hang out. So this is going to be kind of a boring combat. I guess, I could warp my guy on here. Let me warp my guy on and see if I can damage their engine. I'll just show you how that works. So we have this, he has this teleporter. I can just teleport on the ship, go right here, and then I can recall them soon. So let's just see how this goes. So I'm teleporting. Now they're both coming to fight me. And taking some damage. And let's see, this isn't really working out. Let's see, I've already taken a little bit of damage. I don't want to use too much because I won't be able to heal up, so I'll pull them out. Okay, I'm going to recall them now because I don't want to get too injured. Now they're on fire. Now they got to fight the fire in there. And we already have their shield down, so I don't really have to warp my guy over there. But you're going to see me make mistakes like that. Oh, I got to fire again, I forgot. Let's fire manually. You could auto target the shield. I guess I'll set auto fire on now since their shields are down. One strategy said or tip is you're not supposed to leave your guns on auto fire. You should fire them manually, and that's so because they have different timing. So if you don't have them on, if you have them on auto fire, they may miss time, and then their shield will come up by the time you're ready to fire again. So it makes sense to fire a volley. What you want to do? And I thought, why aren't they targeting? I thought these were both targeting. Okay. So we should be killing him pretty soon. Like I said, this is just my second playthrough. We already killed 1 crew member. And there we go. Now, there's also a question whether you get more reward from the wreckage from if you kill the crew or destroy the ship. And there's a little bit of debate about that. People in the Steam forum said that some people have done a test. They found it doesn't matter if you get the same type of reward whether or not you destroy the ship or leave the ship intact. To me, and to, I guess, a standard sci-fi fan, you'd think there'd be more loot if you left the ship intact. But in this game, that doesn't seem to be the case. So if it's quicker for you to just destroy the ship and not take health damage to your boarders, you may as well just destroy the ship. And I'm probably going to be doing that if it looks like there's no advantage to me boarding. See, like right now, I've lost some health, and so if we go into another combat and I need to board, I'm going to be at a disadvantage since I don't have a whole lot of health right here, see? So, and we got 37 scrap metal, 3 munitions, and that's good. The munitions we can't use right now until we get an artillery system or Missile Bay. So, but the 37 is good. That brings us closer to the magic 80 number, Nard 72, and everything looks good. And let's see, I'm going to take off the auto fire. And I'm going to have to learn about the targeting. I don't know why. I wanted to keep targeting the same system. I don't know why it stopped targeting it. I don't mind leaving auto fire off. I like it to shoot the same thing every time. So let's go to the next system. And we're going to head here so we can continue onward to either the merchant or the mechanic. Okay, get some health back. Says there's little. Okay, so this is a case where you find nothing. I don't really like that. I wish that every sector you go into, you would find something. Maybe this is good. Let's say we lost that battle really bad, and then this would give me a chance, a little respite, so I could heal. So there's nothing to do here. So we'll go ahead and continue to the next segment here. Maybe we'll get. So I'd like to get up to 80 scrap. Let's see if that's possible. Okay, we have an enemy ship, I guess. Let's see. You're confronted by a raider warship. Their cargo hold appears to be full. That does not stop them from wanting to plunder more ships. All right, so they have a cargo hold here. So now we have an opportunity to board this ship and take the cargo. We're going to do that. So going to command mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 enforcers here, and we're going to board this vessel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my enforcers in the same room with the assault sled. And meanwhile, I'm also going to attack their shield again. They have a 1 shield, so this ought to be fairly easy. And let's hope that it attacks by the time it's charged up. And in this case, I am going to leave the auto fire on. I think in this case, it's okay with 1 shield. I don't see auto fire being a problem. Okay, my men are at the sled. Now I can load them here with this button. Now I'm going to launch them right here and try and get the bounty. And now I'm going to recall these guys. So we're going to get the bounty. Okay. And we got a Ferro-plas vest. So it's a type of armor. And now I'm going to recall my crews, and they don't take any more damage. And also, one thing to note is once you board one spot of the ship, you can't board that spot again. There is a limited number of spots. So if you do boarding, you got to make sure that you're going to commit to doing it a couple of times and not just like go in, jump out, and then decide later you want to board again, because you are going to run out of chances to board. So just keep that in mind. Every ship has a limited number of spots, and we can see that. You can see how many spots there are once you are about to do your launch. And right now the launch shed is reloading anyway. Now I'm going to move these men back to their stations. We can also save the stations once they get there. Okay, now the sensor, and he's got a beam weapon. Okay, this beam weapon says does not affect shields. So usually these beam weapons are better to use when the shields are down. So it's good that our shields are up. I don't know if they can really hurt us unless they board us. And I don't think they're going to be able to do that. And let's see. We already got a shot going off when their shield is down. Let's see if we... Okay, we see now the shields are injured and we did a hull damage. And let's see, I'm going to save my stations. I'm also going to assign this armor to somebody. Oh, we can't open this while we're in combat. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so we got 3 guys, and they might be able to repair those shields. Nope. So we're keeping their shields down. That's good. So the folks on shields is good. Yeah, I think we've got this. It's going to take a little time to get through, but we'll just alt-mail fast forward the video. So we're lucky here with this combat. Oh. Okay, now they're charging warp drive. So here, that means there's going to be a timer to when they're going to be able to warp out. Now we could target the drive to stop them while the shields are down. I may go ahead and do that, and then I can go back to targeting the shields. So let me do that. I'll target the drive, and then they won't be able to warp out. See, now their engines are damaged. They still might be able to warp out, though. Oh, 1 hole left. I think we got them. I got them, yeah, all right. And there they all go flying into space. So let's see what we got for that. 39 scrap metal. Good, now we're over 80. And now I can also equip this item we got. So we got this. It adds 10 hit points armor. I'll go ahead and grant it to... I could grant it to me. That'll make me a little bit tougher. So I'll go ahead and give it to myself. It's important your commander stays alive. If your commander gets killed, it's game over. So I'll just make my guy a little bit tougher, since I'm going to use him to warp in and do boarding actions. And so now we have 111 scrap. So now we can go to a station. And I'm going to go to this mechanic, because they have systems. And these systems in modules, which will help out make our ship more powerful. I like to get crew, but I guess a little too early to get more crew. You don't really need a whole lot of crew in this very first sector, I believe. So let's go to the mechanic. Rest it up. And it says, docking lights glimmer through the dust cloud ahead of you, betraying the presence of a large trading outpost. One of its representatives contacts you as you approach. They wish to make a deal with you. There's an option here also to talk. And I don't know if you talk, if you can also trade. I'll deal with that with the next post. Right now I want to get a system. And so we have some modules. Ooh, we have a healing module. Now, this auto surgeon is supposed to be really good. Activate to heal all friendly crew in the room. Recharges every jump. This is supposed to be really good to help you with boarding, because it will make your crew more resilient. So you could, especially if your crew also gets boarded. So we could, for example, board a ship and get take damage, come back, heal everybody, and then go back and board again. So I think this would probably be the best thing I could get for my crew right now. And this Terror Amplifier, this is supposed to be good to stun enemy crews. And I wouldn't mind having this, but I don't think it's as important as having the ability to tank my crew. Siege Bombard, this is supposed to be good too, but I don't know much about how effective it is. It's supposed to be really effective, I think, when shields are down. But so I'm going to go ahead and get this this system here. Now I have these modules. Let's look at them. Adaptive nanoplate, plus 10 hit points to all Raider Outlaw units. That seems very specific. We don't have. That'd be good if we had a Raider ship, which we don't have. Pathogenic recycler unit, plus 10 hit points to all Death Cultist units. Well, we don't have a Death Cultist ship. And then you have Meditech Boosters, plus 10 hit points. So this gives everybody an extra 10 hit points, but I think having this healer is stronger. So we're going to get this module, and it says you reach the maximum. So that's fine. This just means I can't install any more subsystems, and that's perfectly fine. So we're going to install it, and I guess we'll put it right here because then I can fit 4 people into the substation at one time. And when they come back, I think they're going to come back right here. So this is a great spot to put it. And now I've got 41 coupons left over. And we don't have any missiles yet, and I don't have any more space for this Terror Amplifier. Now, I could buy this Meditech. This would make my my citizens even tougher, wouldn't it? Because then it gives everybody an extra 10 hit points. Yeah, why don't we get this? I don't see any problem. Makes my guys tougher. Now they'd be a lot tougher boarders, right? So let's take it. Now we have a Meditech booster. So now I'm really going boarding heavy. You know, I've used up also now almost all my scrap. Alright, so I like the setup. So now the next shop we get to, I'm going to try to talk first if it's an Imperial shop. Now I tried talk at a non-Imperial shop and they didn't want to talk to me, so that didn't work that well. So let's go and go to the next sector here, or next system. So let's see where this leads to. Now both of these can lead us to a shipyard if we need a rest. So I guess it doesn't matter which one we take. We'll go and take this one. You can't go back on those after you go ahead, just FYI. You detect a plague cult ship. Okay, that's not good with weapons activated. Okay, I don't really like that. Okay, so let's see what we got. They have a 2 shield. And let's see, there's no treasure on board. And it'd be great if we could go in and attack. And what we have a death cultist. You know, I think my guys can kill them. I'm going to go in and see if I can just eliminate these guys and then make use of our med bay, right? So let me get my crew onto the assault craft. And let's see, we're going to target... I'm going to target their weapons. I'm going to try to take down the shield, but I'm going to target the weapons. Let me see. And they don't have a lot of room to fight either, so I may have to put like 2 guys in one room and then I jump into another room, maybe the throne. So let me see. You know what? And what kind of weapons they got? They got a energy beam and a purifier. Oh, that gives toxic gas. That's not good. But that's okay. My crew's all going to be on their ship. So let's see. I'm trying to think of one more target here. So if I guess I want to go right here so I can get the most of their crew. So I'm going to target their weapons and jump my crew into their shield. Okay. And we're going to let these guys load up. Let's let them load up. Okay, now I'm going to load the crew. I'm going to put them... I can't put them into the shield room. That's alright. We can start with the doors, I think. Yeah, let's start here. This would be a good place to start. So we'll do it here. Note there's how many spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 spots we can go into. And now, of course, if I do it in the engine room, they'll be forced to go through here where I'm shooting, and that'll hurt their men if they get in the line of fire. That's not a bad spot to do either. So let me do this. It'll make it hard for them to get to me. So I'll start in the engines, and then my guy will probably load here in the throne room. Okay, so let's get them launched. Okay, they're in, and then I'm gonna attack. What's his health? This guy's a 15. Oh, he's easy to kill. So I'm gonna launch myself right into the throne room here. Okay, so hopefully we'll. I'm fighting him. I'm winning. Yeah, we're winning. So I'm gonna kill the entire crew. This is great. Oh, careful! Where's this guy going? Oh, that's the enemy guy. I thought that was my guy. Oh, it's a husk. Okay, that's one of their little cyborgs. And he's just trying to repair the thing. Maybe I might kill him on the next shot. Okay, we got the engine damaged, and I don't think I need to stay on this ship. Well, let's see if we can kill the crew. Maybe we can kill the crew. Okay, the shield's back up, but I can target the shield, right? Let's target the shield. Oh, you know, I should move my guy in there to damage the shield. Let me hold on a second. Let me change this. I'll keep targeting weapons. I'm gonna move my guy in here to damage the shield. Oh shit! Oh, I know he ran through that. That was dangerous. Oh, now he's going to damage the throne. That's okay. Okay, we hit one shield. And have that poison gas weapon. Looks like I'm protecting from it so far. Is my guy damaging it? I thought he'd be damaging. I guess it takes time to damage the shielding. Okay, he's finally damaging it. And I can't go in the throne room here because I'll be running the line of fire. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. Until I get the shield down, I'm just going to recall my crew. Okay, let me recall my crew. I think it's safe. So I think that's it. Now we're just going to wait. I didn't want to damage my crew members any further. And it looks like let me go in here and I'll heal myself. Because I can use it every time, right? So let's see. How do I use it? Well, here's how do I use the med bay? Activate to heal. How do we activate it? Oh, here. Okay, here's activate med bay. And I guess you could assign this to a hotkey. So let me go ahead and hit it. So now it's being activated. Let's see I'm at 59, 60, and 78. And let's see what they heal to. Okay, they're all healing now. Good. All right. So they're all healed up. Are they full? Yeah, they're full. So now I can put my men back in their stations. There's a hotkey I can use or a button I can do. I'll do that next time where it says, let me try this, return to station, see if they go there. Yeah, now they're all returning back to their stations. Now he's trying to repair their engine. Okay, the missile, I guess if I shoot here, I might be able to kill their crew. Let me see if I can kill their husk by just shooting here. I could also, I guess, teleport back on this ship. But it's at a one hull, so I don't want to actually like fire, and then if my guy's over here when that hull point goes away, he's dead. He's going to blow up with the ship. So one more shot. Oh, their shields are back up. I want to do it. He's trying to repair the shields now. Oh, that's it. All right. Okay. A little tricky, but we got through it. We found 20 scrap metal. That's it. Not a whole lot. Okay, and my men are all healed 100%, so this thing's always coming in handy. So I'm definitely liking this boarding build so far, and I got lucky that I was able to get these Meditech boosters and also the healing station. So it's just kind of luck that we ran into that. Now I thought plus 10 hit points. I thought he would. Okay, he has the 10 hit points, but this guy, I guess. Oh yeah, he does have it. I guess he started with 80, right? I could be wrong. Okay, let's warp to the next sector. So we can go either here or here, it doesn't really matter. Now going this route leads us to another merchant over here. So I think we should take the southern route here, the lower node. Nothing here at this jump point, too bad. So I'm eager for more combat. So nothing to do here. And we'll keep heading. I don't need to go to the shipyard because my ship's in perfect shape, right? No damage. So we're gonna head here and look for more adventure. You come up on a militia depot. They are stockpiling munitions after learning of an imminent Imperial invasion. And we can raid it, leave, or launch, steal some supplies. Launch bay. Kind of what happens if we raid the depot. I don't know what the difference is. Launch bay, steal some supply, because we have a launch bay. That'd probably be the path of least resistance, so I'm curious to see what this is like. Let's see what raid the depot is about. Okay, so it's a ship. And it's got one shield, and it's got one weapon. Okay, easy. You're caught by the security patrol. They believe you to be Imperial saboteurs and promptly open fire on your ship. Good. Now, we can't see what's in their ships. They have really good sensors, so I don't know what I'd be going into if I board, but I'm probably pretty strong. So, they only have a shield of 1, and we can defeat that easily. I think I'm going to go after their weapons first. Let's go after... let me see where I can launch this into. Oh, we can't launch, there's no crew. Okay, so I can't see... I want to see where we would launch into before attacking. Let me go ahead and put guys in here. And then we'll try to see... I guess for now, we'll go for the shields, because we can't launch into the shields. Might be able to launch into their weapon room. So let's do the shots and see what happens here. Yeah, I see doors opening and closing. See that? Oh, they just locked all their doors. Okay, so now their doors are locked. It's gonna be hard to get through the doors. Hopefully we can get in there. Okay, my men are in there. Let's load them. And okay, we can't get into the. We can get to the weapon room. That's good. And I'll be able to jump in there too. So we're going in there, and then let's see what we find in there. Okay, not much, so I'm going to load my guy in there too. More the merrier. Now I'm in there, and let's see what we're up against. Corsairs. Okay, these guys in husks, and that's a... can't see who this guy is. Okay, so far we have... Oh, now there's 4 guys. And we have their weapons down. Now we're trying to get their shield down. How's our health? So you can keep in mind I can go back and recover my health. Okay. We killed everybody yet? Guess not. Let me, I guess we can destroy now. If their shield goes down, I may want to consider leaving so my men don't die. Maybe I can kill them all. And maybe I should do that. I'm going to take weapons offline. And we're going to head into the engine room. Start destroying the engines. So they have to come in here to get after me. Okay, I saw somebody going there. It must be their commander. So we're going to head here. Try and get to the commander. So now we're going to head here. Okay, is the commander in here? Let's see if the commander's in here. Oh, where'd he go? Let's see if we can find him. Oh, he's right there, I think. Okay, we have... Oh, it's a husk. Maybe we can kill this guy. And that's it. I think we killed them all. Yes! Oh, we have a survivor. And 9 scrap metal or 12 munitions. Alright. Well, I don't mind having an extra husk. The munitions would be handy, too. Because I don't have anything to use, but the survivor can help manage systems on my ship. And munitions, I forgot what they cost. I think that's equivalent to like 12 scrap. I'll go and get the survivor. It's not a bad thing. And he can also carry a tool, so we'll get that. And then we have to... Oh! Depot suddenly vanishes in a series of violent explosions. Imperial saboteurs must assault and destroy the munitions stockpile. And we got our crew recalled automatically. Looks like that's good. I'm glad it did that for us. So our crew's back. And now we're going to heal our crew. And we also have a new husk right here. I'm going to put him over here at the sensors. And so now I will heal everybody. So now they should be healed, right? Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Now they're all healing, which is good. And then we'll put everybody return their stations. And now I'm going to save stations. You know, it might be good to have the husk by the engines, but so far I'm not too worried about that. The sensors are good, so we can see what we're running into in the next ship. So, okay, this is working out pretty well so far, building up my crew. So now we're going to go and warp to the next sector. Excuse me, we're going to warp to the next system. So let's do a warp and see where we're going. And if we go here, we have an option of going to another battle or to this merchant to get some consumables. Consumables are also very important of playing this game, so let's go to the next node. We need to build up scrapping. You notice the raider ship, the jump node on arrival, briefly angles the guns at you, but then jumps out. Oh, so we got nothing. I hate that. That's what I like about this game is you jump into a sector and there's nothing. So let's see. And nothing to do here. Everybody is in full capacity, fully healed. Did my husk get hit points? No. Okay, he's not an Imperial citizen, so his hit points remains at 15. He did not get the benefit of this Meditech Booster. So just FYI, if you have a ship where you have what's called a husk rack, you generate these husks, it's not going to benefit from this Meditech Booster. So let's go to the next section. Okay, I guess we'll go to the... We can go to the merchant weapon dealer, but we're not going to get anything, so I don't have any money. So we can go here to get systems consumables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid this merchant and plan to go to this next merchant who's an ordnance expert. And so maybe we can get some scrap on the way there. So I'm going to head here next. You encounter a raider vessel under attack by an Imperial patrol ship. Now you have an option of either attacking the ship or leaving. So I'm going to attack the Imperial ship. And the raider is either going to reward us or, shoot at us. So let's attack the ship. You fire your weapons and move to engage the Imperial ship. It only has a 1 shield strength, a lot of hull, and I think we can take these guys. There's not many in there. So let's see where we can board. I'm going to do boarding again. I'm going to move this guy. Since we're going to be on the ship, I'm going to move this guy to the weapons so the weapons charge quicker. And let me target everything, get everything online. I should have had everything online before we went, I guess. Okay, so I want to target their... I might be loading into their weapons bag, so I want to attack these guys. So I'm going to target their shields. Okay, let's get these men on. Okay, so now we can't see what's on their ship, which is fine. And I'm going to load, and let's see if we can launch into the weapons bay. We can, that's what I want. And I'm also going to launch my guy into that bay once we're there. Okay, we're there. Now I'm going to launch myself in here too, so we can help out. 3 guys, we should be able to take them all. My guy's in there too. Yeah, we've already destroyed the weapons. And I'm just going to turn off my guns because it's not, we don't need them anymore, right? Easy peasy. We got 35 scrap metal, 2 munitions. And now we're going to, the raiders the Imperials were after are nowhere to be found. They must have taken the opportunity to escape during your engagement. Alright, great. Now we're going to recall the crew. Now true, they're fellow Imperials, but keep in mind I'm considered to be a pariah, you know, criminal, I guess. So we're not friends with the Imperiums, and they're just, you know, if we can take them out, strongest survive, right? So, okay, so now we're up to 65 scrap. That's pretty good, and now I need to heal my men. So we gotta go over here and heal everybody. Something I gotta remember to do. Everybody gets healed. This is great. I wish I had one of these med bays in my first playthrough, because now almost every time we go into, every time we head into another system, first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can board the ship. But we are going to need more crew members. This may not be enough to continue boarding. I do need to think about upgrading my shields. And let's go to the next system and see how we do here. Okay, so we're going to head here, and this may give us some more scrap. Hopefully it'll be an easy battle. Sometimes they're not so easy. Okay, this ought to be easy, I hope. A damaged Imperial vessel is idling near the jump point. As soon as it knows, it primes its weapons and begins shooting. Okay, so, and who are these guys? This is a, oh yeah, these guys are going to be, these guys are pushovers. So we're going to raid them again. I'm not even going to turn on my weapons here. No reason to do it. So let's, this guy, I'm going to put him here to man the weapons just in case. I guess I'll have man the shields, but here we go. Okay, let's load up, launch, and I want to go where I can do the most damage and start combat. I guess we'll go right here, and then we'll be attacking weapons and this guy at the same time. Then maybe I can attack the throne. So we'll go here, okay, and then I'm going to warp in over here. In fact, let me do that right now. I'll just warp in here. Oh, they're against my guy. Let me move him back here if you can. That way they'll attack these guys, I think. Okay, almost got them. Weapons are down. That's it. See? Very easy. 39 scrap metal, 2 munitions. Very easy, and now we'll recall the crew. Very important you do this, or you'll lose all your team. I'll move them over here to the med bay. Now keep in mind, if you play this game, you're not necessarily going to run into a system with a med bay. You may not get one. So if I didn't have a med bay, I'd probably be focusing instead on trying to get more crew members or improve my shield. Do something to make my ship more worthy or more resilient, and then hope when we get to the next sector that I can find a med bay. But med bay is very powerful if you get it. But keep in mind, I have to change my strategy if I did not find a med bay. And that's one thing that's a little frustrating about this game, is there is a randomness, and you have to adjust your strategy if the game does not give you the tools that you would like to have. And this thing's a bonus too. Having this medtech is a huge bonus for me. So let me get everybody back into their stations. Return stations button to do that, kind of handy. And I would like another crew member to man the engines. This would give me a little bit of an invasion bonus, but we don't really need that just yet. So let's warp to the next sector, and now we're going to finally go to the merchant, who will have missile bays, templates, systems, and consumables. Consumables are also important. I like to start collecting some of those. And I'm not going to talk to these guys because I don't know. I guess we can talk because the trade will still be there. I'll try to talk to them. A technical harvester ship decloaks. They wish to conduct business. See if we can talk to them. Said, I had the honor of serving alongside a Kromic war priest. Their strategic brilliance, the battlefield is unmatched. Okay, that doesn't help anything, so we're just going to trade. And we're not going to attack them. I've heard attacking is not a good idea. There's not much of a benefit to doing it. Okay, so let's see what they got for us. So missiles. Now, to use these missiles here, these templates, you have to have a missile bay. And I don't think I can get a missile bay. I think I'm out of systems here. No, I guess I can get a missile bay, but it'd be in a small area. Let me see. Let's go back to the shop. So I could get a missile bay. And a husk rack, I've heard this isn't really good investment. See, it cost 80 scrap, and it might be helpful because I've heard you can take husks and then you can equip them with consumable bombs and then send them onto enemy ships. But I don't know if I want to go that route. I kind of like, I already have units that can board enemy ships right now, and they're tanked enough to do fine. And let's see what else we got here. The Missile Bay would be a good addition, but I don't have a lot of munitions just yet, so I'd have to keep that in mind. I believe missiles ignore shields. Also, I don't have to spend on anything. I don't have to buy anything for the ship. A missile's not, I don't know, I'm kind of mixed if a missile would be a good idea or not here. And this device here would stun the crew. That's not a bad thing. Because that would help with boarding. He fires a psychic blast that stuns through. Well, they're stunned, I can get on the ship and start attacking systems, right? So this may help my boarding, to tell you the truth. Let me see if I can get this. I don't know if I can. Well, apparently I can. All right, Terror Amplifier. So I think we'll put it. I'll put it close to the other systems, right? So I guess I can put it. Let's put it right here. I may have to get some power to do that, so I don't want to buy too many things. So now we have a Terror Amplifier. We're going to experiment with that and see if it helps us with these ships that have more crew members. Because if I stun them, they can't attack my crew, right? So now we have a antidote. This is grant poison immunity to self and nearby allied crew. And it's a tool. I think it's a one-time consumable, so I don't want to buy that just yet. Hull integrity patch. This might be good to have later, and so is this. This would seal breaches. I think I'll get one of each. And I didn't get. Can I buy them? I can't buy the Missile Bay now. Yeah, that's all right. So I'm going to save some money because I want to experiment with this Terror Amplifier. That should help with boarding, right? Okay, that's all I'm going to buy. And now let's. We have our new Terror Amplifier, but I need to power it up. So let me get everything. Okay, here's the amplifier right here. So let me go ahead and get it powered. It says. Charge time 25 seconds, shield piercing 4, fires a psychic blast that stuns enemy crew for 5 seconds. Starts the fights pre-charged, can target your own ships. That's helpful too if we have boarders on our ships. So let me go upgrade the power. So I'm going to get one reactor unit for 25, and hopefully now we can power it up. Yes, we can. So now we have a Terror Blast, we have auto fire off, and we have a Terror Blast. Alright, great. So now I've got my first Terror Blast. I've never used this tool before. There's no station for it, so this should be an interesting piece of equipment to use. So we'll see if it helps me or not. And we got some consumables, and we don't have to equip these in anybody just yet. Oh, I think we have to. I think we may have to equip these. Maybe I can put it on myself. Yeah, I can equip it. So this is in case we get a hull breach. Oh, seals all breaches. Yeah. So I'll take this one for now. This one we can use in between missions. So I'll take this tool. So if we have a system down, I can run my guy over to it with this teleporter and fix it. Or maybe do that on the ship itself. Well, also I can give it to the husk. You know, maybe I'll give this to the husk. So we have a husk in the sensor. Let me do that. Oh, this is the husk right here. Duh. Okay, I'm going to give this to the husk. So that way, if a system, he's going to stay on the ship. That way, if the system goes down, he can throw this on the system. Seals all breaches and repair 2 systems in target room. This also seals hull breaches. So I think this is a good consumable to have for now. Alright, so let's warp. And now we're getting almost into the end of this sector. Now there's a abstract. I have no idea what this is. I'm not going to go there because I don't know what it's going to do this early in the game. So I'm going to go to this next node here. You arrive and immediately find yourself targeted by a Kromic warship. You believes to sing Krom's hymn. All right. So how does their crew look? They got a husk, and then this guy is a berserker. Oh, I think we can fight these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the. I'm going to load my guys, and then I'm going to launch the this terror weapon, or I'm going to try the this terror blast onto the ship to stun them while I'm fighting. So let's get everything loaded up first, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to launch into the Missile Bay or the. I guess I'll attack his throne first. That'll be the first attack. Is the. Well, it doesn't really matter, right? Let's start with the weapons. What's he got? Oh, energy beam. He's not gonna be able to hit us, I don't think. It says does not affect shields though. All right. Well, that means it can't get through shields, I think. So I'll start with the shield, and let's see. Okay, the men are in there, and I guess I'll put the. Well, you know what? I'm gonna change the target to the weapons because I want to load into the shield room. I'm gonna try to stun these guys and see what happens. So let's launch. Okay, we'll load the crew, launch here, and now I'm going to do the stun here and see what happens, see how it works right here. Okay, let's see what that does. Okay, I don't know if I got him. I don't think I did. So that Terror Blast didn't really seem to do anything. I guess it's charging up, right? Where is it? Yeah, right. I don't know if it's doing anything. How are my men doing? Men are doing good. Oh, I didn't launch myself in. Let me launch myself in there, so I can help out. Now I'm helping out. Oh shit! Oh! Oh, I didn't pay attention to the hull and I died. That's it. Well, well, see, I told you could die in this game, and that was certainly one way to do it. Oh man, I was so confident I wasn't. There's so many things going on, I didn't pay attention. So the lesson learned from this playthrough is you need to pay attention to the damage your ship is doing. When the shield was down, I didn't realize I was going to destroy their ship that quickly. So, oh man, that's funny. That's funny. And that's it. So it says here, summary, end. And I gained 296 resonance. So it says, end, commander lost aboard Kromic Monitor at the time of its destruction. Scrap acquired 179. Max sector reached 1. And that's your scoring. So I guess you get points, resonance for the amount of scrap you get, and then the sector, I guess it's 10 points per sector. I visited 10 nodes, and that's 10 hazard nodes. I don't know what kind of score a hazard node gives you. I destroyed an enemy. 7 ships total, 4 destroyed, 3 decrewed, and difficulty as normal as time 1. So I got 296. And there's 4 pages of stats. So scrap. So there's not a whole lot. It shows me I spent 62 with merchants, 1/10 armaments, 2 visits, crew gain, crew loss 3. Man, that was. I'm really no disappointed because I had a great game going there. Everything was looking good, and then I blew it, right? And so I guess that's a hazard. I've learned the hard way. See, I tell you, even you lose a game, you learn something. So I've learned now I should be very careful that when I send my crew over, to turn off my stupid weapons. Turn off my weapons so I don't blow them into oblivion. So that was a fun second full playthrough. Well, not a complete full playthrough, but fun enough. I go to rankings, we can see, and there's my next ranking. It shows me what sector I did get to 6 sectors. Okay, it didn't feel like it was 6 sectors in the last one. So, all right. So that was fun. So, all right. Well, that was a very short playthrough. I hope you enjoyed this first playthrough. I was hoping to get to the very end and not do something stupid, but see, you can also be your own enemy in this game. So I am going to do a second playthrough. I'm going to take a break and start a brand new game, and hopefully I will take you all to the end of that. Hopefully I will survive on my third playthrough to the very end. So thanks for watching. And if you have any, I don't think there's many tips you can give or strategy for this video. It just, the only tip is just watch. If you're doing a boarding strategy, make sure you don't destroy the ship. That's the simple lesson. All right, well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video on this. Take care.